How to pick the right spiritual practitioner for you. Hi, my name is Mimi, and I am a spiritual practitioner, Reiki master, and also a massage therapist. And I help other individuals like yourself how to go through the healing and how to get to the root of their spiritual problem. So I am going to give you some details on how to pick the right spiritual practitioner for you, or if a spiritual practitioner is the right person for you or to assist you on whatever that you're going through spiritually. Thank you. So I have notes. I wrote down notes so I won't forget certain things, so I don't miss anything basically. So anyways, step one is analyzing what you're going through. I feel like when you're going through something and you feel like it's more spiritual than physical or medical, the number one thing you need to do, in my opinion, is to really sit down and go within yourself and figure out and analyze what you're going through emotionally, mentally. Is this affecting your daily habits? Is this affecting your mood? Is this affecting any part of within you that maybe it's time for you to kind of really evaluate self, like so analyzing what you're going through, it can be very, very helpful in the beginning before going to seek a spiritual practitioner, a reader, or any spiritual guru. Step two, research. Research your bloodline. Research the bloodline that you came from. Research anything that has to do with you, any past traumas, any history of unhealed trauma, or anything that has to do with you and your bloodline, to see exactly where this is coming from. Anyone in your family experienced this in the past. Did any of your ancestors experience this? So really doing your research about your bloodline and your ancestors can be another thing that's very, very helpful for you. Step three. Now, if you do decide to pick a practitioner, or you find this practitioner that you really want to go and seek help from them, you have to do your research on that practitioner, trying to find as much things about them as possible. Things like their spiritual beliefs, their practice, what type of spiritual deity, spirit, loi, orisha that they work with. You have to know a little bit more about the person's spiritual practice before you voluntarily hand yourself over in whatever you're doing, or opening that door for that person to tap into your energy. So you gotta know a little bit about your practitioner. Are they on the healing side? Do they work with dark entities? Do they work with more light entities? To kind of evaluate, or trying to have like a checklist to know, what's more in alignment for you and what can really assist you and help you down the line. So always research your practitioner. Step four, consultation. Now, not every practitioner does this. I do it. I always recommend, if this is your first time working with this practitioner, you don't have a really history with the practitioner, upon your research on them and you feel like this is the best person for you, or this is the route you need to go with, always request a consultation. Now, the consultation is the first thing I think you need to do first, to see if you and that particular practitioner energy are in alignment. It's easy to see someone, what they post, or their content, or what they talk about on social media, or wherever you found them, or it was referred to you by another friend or a family member, whatever. But having that one-on-one with that practitioner, sitting down with them and having that consultation with them, it will tell you a lot about them. It will tell you a lot about yourself, and to see if you should move this forward. So I always recommend, even in my spiritual practice, I always recommend a consultation, because you don't want to waste that spiritual practitioner's time, and you don't want to waste your time. So in a consultation is very helpful, because it really helps you to know if this is the right person for you, if you can move forward with that person, if they could start doing readings for you or spiritual work for you. And you don't want to do that, jump into doing spiritual work first, and down the line you find like nothing is working, but it's because you guys didn't have the consultation to see if that person is the right person for you, if that spirit, that or entity or Orisha or Loa that person work with is in an alignment with you first. So consultation, I always recommend a consultation in my practice. So yes, a consultation is very, very important in my opinion. Step 5, meditation, prayer is going to be the next thing you do after, or if you pick a spiritual practitioner, or if you already had a consultation with the practitioner. Because again, I don't think you should rush in to do anything first until you yourself bring that, into prayer, or, get guidance from your ancestors to see if this is the right person. Because a lot of time, your entity, your spirit, your bloodline, your ancestor may not be in alignment with that person, entity, spirit, Orisha, or ancestor, or whatever entity that they work with. So if your bloodline is not in alignment with that person, you're going to find a little hiccup down the road. You're going to find difficulties, you guys might bump heads, or, conflict, to avoid all of those things. After your consultation or meeting this person, it's always, to me, in my opinion, like I always said, to consult with, the person that's really, really in charge with you, which is your ancestor, the creator, the most high, whatever you believe in. You should always pray about it to see if this is the right person, if this is the right direction you should take. So meditation, prayer is also a very, very, very important thing that I think you should do after any consultation or reader, or, meeting a spiritual practitioner for the first time. So for number 5, I forgot to mention, if this person is not the right person for you, and the reason I say prayer and meditation really can help you to determine if this is the right individual for you, the right practitioner for you, because if the person is not the right individual for you, your ancestors, your spirit guide, the creator, Almighty, whatever you believe in, would not give them access to tap into your energy, or a lot of things will be hidden from them, because they are not allowed to tap into your energy or know certain things about you. Step 6, take your time. Do not let them rush you to do anything. Do not allow a practitioner to rush you to do spiritual work, to do a reading, to initiate anything. Do not let them rush you to do anything. You have to feel it within you. You have to have this knowing to know, okay, this is the right thing for me. It has to feel good within you. Do not allow any practitioner to rush you. Do not allow them to put any type of pressure on you to do anything, or put any fear onto you, or, hey, example, hey, if you don't do this, this might happen. Whenever a practitioner starts saying stuff like that, in my opinion, I think you just need to, get up and leave, because already they're, promoting fear. It's supposed to feel right to you. It's supposed to feel, you're supposed to feel comfort. You're supposed to feel safe. So whenever they, executing a plan or rushing you to do this, always know there is an agenda behind what they are promoting you. So be careful. Don't be rushed. Don't let them rush you. Don't let them pressure you into doing anything that you feel is not right for you. Number 7, paying attention to what they are saying and not saying. So, example, a lot of times certain readers and practitioners, whatever, if they're not healed a certain way, you have to pay attention to what they're saying and what they're not saying, because sometimes people can be speaking to a trickster spirit rather than an ancestor or a Loa or a Risha or a guide. So you got to really pay attention to what they're saying and what they're not saying, because you want to make sure the information that is given to you is coming from the Most High, is coming from in a pure loving space, or is it coming from like a trickster spirit? And a trickster spirit is a spirit that, that says all the right things and and do all the right things. It sounds convincing, but you really have to use your discernment to know if this is from a trickster spirit or your ancestors giving this person information to relate to you, or a spirit guide or a Orisha or a Luau spirit that they work with. So paying attention is very, 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 very important, because you want to know exactly where that person is getting those information from. Number 8, the root. They have to ask you questions about your condition, like your symptoms, or how long you've been feeling this. When did you start experiencing this? Is anyone in your bloodline experienced this before that you know of? Etc., etc. When a practitioner trying to understand the root of the issue, that is when you know this practitioner is more trying to help you heal not only yourself, but your bloodline in general, because they're trying to figure out the root of the problem, the cause of the problem. Because every problem, even with physical problem, pain, sickness, whatever, it has a root. It starts at a root. It starts at in childhood or something, or past trauma, or a ancestor passed down that energy down to your mother or father, and now your mother and father passed down to you. So it has an origin, it has a root, and the practitioner's job is to figure out, is this something that is coming from the root? Is there a root to this, or is it something that due to past trauma, and then you kind of still going through some type of psychosis, or it's just sometimes some people have certain things and certain voices and things in their mind that they create, and it cause problem for themselves without even knowing. So whenever a practitioner is trying to ask you particular information about your bloodline regarding your symptoms, your what you're feeling, is because they're trying to figure out the root of the problem. Where is it coming from? So 8 is the root. They have to ask you some type of history to understand where the issue is coming from. Number 9. Always remember, the reason I said about the whole consultation thing. Consultation is like going to see a physician, your primary doctor, your doctor or whatever, even in the hospital. Before any procedures will be done, there will always be like a consultation, meaning medical history, to find out, again, the root of the issue. Is it something that someone in your family suffer from? Is it something that you inherit from your bloodline? So it's the importance of consultation with a practitioner is very, like I said, it's very important, because one, it's good for the practitioner, so they get to understand and know exactly how to handle you, how to help you in certain situations. So when a practitioner doesn't do a consultation, or doesn't speak down and have a sit down on one-on-one and talk with you and get to know you, 9 out of 10 there's gonna be some misdiagnosis or something, or there's gonna be something that they miss. So a consultation is like an assessment. It's like going to a doctor, and they have to ask you certain questions to see where exactly is this coming from. So number 9 is always utilizing and always go with the practitioner that, enforce consultation on you, because it helps them to really understand your situation, to see if this is something that they're skilled at, because every practitioner is not skilled at everything. Some practitioners are more skilled at black magic, some are more skilled at white magic, some are skilled at both. It depends on what they're skilled at. Some practitioners are more skilled at doing witchcraft and stuff to heal certain things. And I always say, when it comes to witchcraft and certain things, it's just putting a bandage on the wound. That's it. And then there's other practitioners that's trying to actually heal the issue, meaning going to the root of the issue. That's why in my practice, in what I do and what I believe in, and this is my opinion, coming from someone that's gone through a lot of spiritual practitioners in my past, different types, good, bad, dark, masons, whatever. And I always realized, like, they didn't really get to know me. They didn't really know anything about me. But just by going by what I say, sometimes it's the question, it's the assessment, it's the consultation that the person is telling you certain things, answering certain questions that will determine where exactly the issue is coming from and how can you really help the person. Now, lastly, number 10. Now, number 10 is all of what I said is very important, but this one it's extremely important, and it's the key point of everything. If you do decided to go with a spiritual practitioner or reader, whatever, you should leave either the consultation, the reading, feeling relief, clarity, understanding, and a sort of good energy on how can you move forward with this. So if you feel like after your reading, your consultation, whatever, you feel drained, or any type of spiritual work, you feel drained, you feel tired, you still feel confused, you still feel some type of, something that doesn't sit right within your gut, or, you still don't have the mental clarity that you need, maybe that person was not the best person for you. Maybe there is something that they miss, that they didn't address. So whenever you feel like that, I think it's time for you to go back to meditation or prayer to know what went wrong, what happened, why you're still feeling like this, so you can get clarity on your own. But for the most part, you're supposed to leave that reading, that spiritual healing, that consultation with some type of clarity, mental clarity, with good energy, confident, with some type of relief, because there is an energy exchange when doing these things. And if the practitioner energy is not in alignment and your energy is not in alignment, there is nothing exchanged but negative energy that's going to be exchanged with each other. But when the person energy is in alignment and your energy is in alignment, there's a possibility there's more positive energy that will be exchanged. So you always make sure that whenever you leave with, understanding, clarity. You feel like, okay, I know what to do now. Okay. And I get it now. I understand more. So that should be the end result of any spiritual reader, consultation, session, healing, Reiki, massage, reflexology, whatever it is that has to do with spiritual stuff. You have to have some type of relief and clarity at the end. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Bye.